So as you are aware that Mr. Likan Koyu, who is the joint CEO here, and my right side, Sonal Swaroop, who is a 2012 batch IAS officer and currently posted in Secretariat, but she will be a spokesperson from our side during election times, and she will be working as a OSD to CEO. As you are aware that press briefing of Honorable Election Commission of India on 16th of March, the election is announced and our gazette notification will be issued on 20th March, and last date of making nomination will be 27th March on Wednesday for the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Then date for scrutiny of nomination will be on 28th March, and last date for withdrawal of candidature will be on 30th March. And for Arunachal Pradesh, date of poll will be for 19th April for parliamentary constituency and our assembly constituency. But this time, the most important factor, first time, that our counting for assembly election will be on 2nd of June, and for parliamentary constituency, the counting will be on 4th June. As you are aware that our assembly is due to expire on 2nd of June, so we will be having our counting on 2nd June itself. The Model Code of Conduct came into force in the state with the date of announcement of election on 16th March at 3 o'clock, and government machinery are strictly following all those rules, regulations and Model Code of Conduct. Prevention of Defacement of Public Property Act rules are being imposed by all the Deputy Commissioners of Arunachal Pradesh. Here we have seen that in 2019 onwards, in SSR, draft e-roll and now continuation updation, after that we have increased 17.41% voters in the state, and now total tally is 8,86,848. The total tally of our voters is 8,86,848. Service voters we have 5,740, and third gender in the state are 5. Total 5 voters are from third gender. We have 60 assembly constituency and 2 parliamentary constituency. Now you see, if we go as per the age cohort, then 18 to 19 total voters are 46,144. So total 85 plus voters in the state are 4,257, and 100 and above voters are 232. The most important point here is that we have total polling stations 2,226. In these elections, you must have seen the poll preparedness, and we are taking some initiatives this time. So total women managed polling station will be 156 out of 2226, and PWD managed polling station will be 3 in number, and total youth managed polling stations 49 in number. As you know that photo electoral roll coverage is 100%, and electoral photo identity cards coverage is also 100% in the state. In our state, there is a polling station number 2, Umao Primary School under 59 Longding Assembly constituency with 1462 voters, which is the highest number of electors in the state. The polling station with least number of electors in Malogam, temporary structure in Malogam village under Hailyang constituency with 1 female voter only. As you are aware that 18 Lungthang under 3 Mukto assembly constituency, this is the highest polling station located at an altitude of above 13,383 3 feet. We have taken so many review meetings with all the district DEOs, district election officers and the SPs, and all necessary arrangements to conduct the elections being completed in the state. All the assured minimum facilities like ramps, like water, drinking water, toilet, other facilities are also being ensured. Training at all district headquarters with returning officers, assisting returning officers and various categories of nodal officers are also being completed. We have done at state level also, and now DOs are doing it at district level. EVMs and VVPAT will be used in all the polling stations this time, and extensive awareness program about use of EVMs and VVPAT have been conducted in the district, covering all inaccessible and accessible polling stations, including many foot marches. With this announcement of elections by the Honorable Commission, the physical demonstration and awareness of EVMs and VVPAT has been stopped, but only digital outreach on EVM and VVPAT for awareness are being done. So first level checking of EVMs have been completed in entire state in presence of representatives of all the political parties, national and state recognized political parties. And for poll day monitoring of the poll process in the state, we are going for webcasting. Now I will go in detail. So we have total polling station 2,226, out of which 204 will be in urban areas and 2022 will be in rural areas. We have electors per PS, average is 397 in the state. As I mentioned that our gender ratio as per the electoral roll will be 1035. Whereas as per the census it is 940, but gender ratio as per electoral roll is 1035. This time we have also identified if weather is okay during at that day, then we will be using helicopter sorties for Vijayanagar, Taksing, Pipsora, Tali, Singha, Tooting and Aneli. Otherwise, we are also ready to give proper protections to the polling parties while retrieval, and then necessary arrangements are being done. Total webcasting in our state will be at 750 polling stations, and then offline recording will be at 342. So, like last time in 2019, if you see, there was only 165 webcasting cameras were there at polling station. We have increased the number, and it is 50% of all the polling, more than 50% of the total PS. Now you see in 2019, 91 polling stations were managed by the women, and this time total 153 polling stations will be managed by the women representatives. First time we are arranging that PS will be managed by only PWD polling personnel, and there will be model polling stations, and then total 480 polling stations will be falling under the shadow areas. So we have communicated with the SPs and concerned officers that at least we will be getting 2-hourly report from all the polling stations, and will ensure that proper communication plan is done. You must have seen that our seizures, we have already total seizure in value is 3 crore 88 lakh 35,496. So for example, the unarmed licenses which are already unlicensed arms which are already seized in more than I think it's around 388, And if you compare with the 2019 again, $378 unlicensed arms we have seized by now, and the figure was to 12th of March from 1st February. So within 2 months or within 1.5 months, we have already seized 378 unlicensed arms. And then we have total arm licenses which were issued. The total number is 33,996, out of which the number of total arms which are deposited in 2024 elections, it's already crossed more than crossed 2,400. So we will ensure that 100% arm licenses will be deposited this time at district headquarters. We have also identified critical polling stations and vulnerable along with the vulnerability mapping, and will ensure that proper communication plan is done for law and order situations. Today morning we had briefing with all the nodal officers. I'm here to tell you that Mr. Swapnil Nayak, who is the nodal officer for communication plan, so he is the responsible officer for state communication plan. Then Ms. Sweta Nagarkoti, who is the DC capital and nodal officer for manpower management. Then Parul Gaur, who is the nodal officer for transport. Then Anant Mittal, who is the nodal officer for law and order. Mr. R.K. Sharma, who is the nodal officer for MCC. N.T. Glow, who is the nodal officer for expenditure monitoring. And Hano Taka, who is the nodal officer for computerization, cyber security and IT. Marbang Ijing is the nodal officer for media. Sri Liken Koyu is the nodal officer for material management. And R.K. Sona, who is the nodal officer for ballot paper, postal ballot. Then Sanya Mijay, who is the nodal officer for sweep, EVM management. And then and Mr. Chukku Appa, who is the senior IG here, he is the state police nodal officer for law and order. Mr. Apur Bitin, who is the IGP, he is nodal officer for election expenditure monitoring. And then Sri Sam Norbu Mosavi, who is the nodal officer for CAPF. So from police side, we have one senior DIG, Vijay Kumar, who is the overall in charge of election. So we will be sending law and order report every day to ECI. Then we will be sending other mandatory reports to ECI. The most important part is that now we have instructed all the deputy commissioners, DEOs, to ensure that proper training is done at district level, so that we can make necessary arrangements for counting on 2nd for assembly elections and 4th for parliamentary constituency. This is from my side. Thank you very much.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
In fact, two questions. First is, just give us the data regarding hypersensitive polling station and sensitive polling station. What is the exact number? And what is the exact number of security personnel you are going to deploy?
So, as I mentioned, that vulnerable and critical, both polling stations as per the ECI guidelines are also highlighted, and at the last moment, once candidates are also candidate list is prepared by all the polling parties, again we will review it, and then it depends on the
approximate data.
So approximate data here is like vulnerable areas 4,443.
4,443?
No, 443 vulnerable areas, and critical polling stations 588. But again, it is a continuation updation. So we will be reviewing it again once the candidates are finalized.
What is the security?
Security 75 paramilitary forces companies are already deployed in the state. We have also received the list of expenditure observers for all the districts, so they will be coming to the state tomorrow onwards. and in every district you will be having one officer from income tax who will be closely monitor all kind of transactions happening. Strict action we have already taken. You must have seen that one ADC was suspended for violation of election procedure. Then one officer who was the government employee, but he was found in violating again conduct rules by favoring one candidate, and the officer is also suspended. So senior officers are suspended, and we ensure that if any complaint is received, whoever is engaged or found in unfair activities, we will take strict action against them.
Sir, how many polling stations are there where footmarks will be?
So total 68 polling stations are identified, out of which 7 polling stations were P3 for 3 days and 61 are for 2 days polling stations.
Okay. So, sir, in case any kind of violations of rules and regulations, how will the common people complain? Well,
So there are number of apps as per the ACI guidelines, and we have ensured that, like whatever I have said, that state nodal officers are there. In a similar manner, at district level, the 16-18 nodal officers are there. Complaint redressal mechanism is also ensured. Is an online system, and then physically also, if somebody wants to go and complain, then RO, ARO level, it will be ensured.
Sir, I think in addition to these 75 companies of central paramilitary forces, I think state police will also.
Yes, state police is already here.
So, if there's any chances of misconduct seen in the election process, will there be a chance of repolling, and if there is, then how and when it will be done?
See, right now, our target is to have a zero, like last time it happened, that 39 repolls were conducted, but we are trying our level best that no repoll is happen this time in this state. We can't give a bad name to state now.
If it's seen as such, when will it be conducted and when will it be conducted?
As I mentioned, that if anything untoward incident or any violation of election process, definitely we will take strict action.
सर, जैसे कि इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया ने कहा है कि जो वर्किंग जर्नलिस्ट है उनके लिए जो पोस्टिंग वो बहुत में होते हैं वो लागू कराएंगे।
आज मैंने स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को अपनी तरफ से एक लेटर भेज दिया है। चीफ सेक्रेटरी विल इशू कि जितने भी मीडिया पर्सनल्स हैं, जो रिकॉग्नाइज मीडिया पर्सनल्स हैं, उनको एसेंशियल कैटेगरी में रखा जाएगा, और उनके लिए पोलिंग जो बूथ होगा, जो पोलिंग पोस्टल बैलेट के थ्रू आपके डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे भी हम हर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट रिसेप्शन सेंटर पे और जो हमारा डिस्पैच सेंटर है, डिस्पैच सेंटर पर हम लोगों को एक फैसिलिटेशन सेंटर बनाना है। वहाँ पर जितने भी रिकॉग्नाइज मीडिया पर्सनल्स हैं वो अपना वोट कास्ट कर सकते हैं।
इसके साथ में थोड़ा सी मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट पे जानना चाहेंगे, जैसे डूज एंड डोंट्स, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों को कंफ्यूजन होते हैं, इस पे थोड़ा सा हाईलाइट।
सो डूज एंड डोंट्स की जो पूरी लिस्ट है हम लोगों ने अपनी तरफ से जारी कर दी गई है। हर एक कमिश्नर, सेक्रेटरी और जितने भी हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, डिप्टी कमिश्नर्स हैं, एसपीज हैं, डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे सारे जितने एचओडीज हैं, उनको ये डिटेल शेयर की गई है, और उन सबकी जिम्मेदारी है कि एक कंप्लायंस रिपोर्ट हमें भेजें, और वो कल परसों से, जो 16 तारीख से ही हमें 3 बजे से ये मिलना शुरू हो गया। आप भी अपने जुरिडिक्शन में देख रहे होंगे कि इस दिशा में काम किया जा रहा है।
सर, मेरा कहने का मतलब है कि जैसे कि मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट लागू हो जाते हैं तो कई पुलिस पर्सनल जो होते हैं मिसकंडक्ट करते हैं, लोगों को ज़बरदस्ती चेक करते हैं, तो आपकी तरफ से क्या गाइडेंस रहेगा कि किस तरह से लोगों को, पब्लिक को बिना हैरेसमेंट किए गए चेकिंग किया जा सके?
देखिए, हमारी जो रिव्यू मीटिंग होती है उसमें हमारे एसपीज के साथ इवन सुबह भी जो मीटिंग हमने ली, इवन जो पुलिस ऑफिसर्स थे, जो नोडल ऑफिसर हैं हमारे स्टेट के भी, उन सब के साथ भी यही एक मीटिंग की कि पब्लिक हमारे लिए सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, और जो वोटर्स हैं उनको किसी प्रकार का कोई हरासमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए। लेकिन ये है कि जो इनोसेंट लोग हैं उनको हम किसी प्रकार की कोई परेशानी में नहीं देखना चाहेंगे, लेकिन जो गलत काम कर रहे हैं उनके खिलाफ हम स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन लेंगे। जो चेकिंग वगैरह भी होती है उसमें भी हमने नाकाज वगैरह पे अलग अलग चेकिंग के लिए अलग अलग जगह पे रोका जाता था। उसके लिए हमने एक छोटा सा एक कदम उठाया है कि क्यों ना हर जगह एक इंटीग्रेटेड चेक पोस्ट रखा जाए। फॉरेस्ट का, एक्साइज का, पुलिस का, ये जितने भी नाका अलग अलग लगाए जाते थे, हमने कोशिश की है कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को भी एक लेटर भेजा है कि और डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सारे डिप्टी कमिश्नर्स को भी भेजा है कि जितने भी नाकाज हैं उनको एक जगह एक इंटीग्रेटेड किया जाए और जो भी चेकिंग हो वो पूरे प्रोसीजर के साथ किया जाए। जहाँ पर किसी भी प्रकार का हरासमेंट अगर हमारे ध्यान में आता है, क्योंकि हमने कोशिश की है कि वहाँ पे वीडियो कैमराज हो, वहाँ पे मजिस्ट्रेट हो, किसी भी जगह पर जहाँ पर भी जो चेकिंग होती है वहाँ हमने सेक्टर मजिस्ट्रेट की भी नियुक्ति की है।
सर एक है सर, वोटर अवेयरनेस इज इम्पोर्टेंट। सो किस तरह के कैंपेनिंग या इनिशिएटिव कर रहे हैं वोटर्स को अवेयर करने के लिए?
हमारे यहाँ पर बाकी सबसे बड़ी बात, अच्छी बात यह है कि अरुणाचल प्रदेश में सभी लोग अपने वोट देने के लिए बड़े ही जागरूक हैं और हमारे जो पोल परसेंटेज है वो भी 80% के आसपास होता है, जो कि देश के परसेंटेज से बहुत आगे है। फिर भी हम लोगों ने, जैसे अभी मैंने अपने प्रेस ब्रीफिंग में भी बताया कि जो ईवीएम्स को लेकर जो अवेयरनेस होनी चाहिए वो हम हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर पे किया। मोबाइल वैन हमने चलाई। इसके अलावा जो स्वीप एक्टिविटीज़ हैं, कई सारे ऐसे सॉन्ग्स हैं जो हम लोग अभी रिलीज भी करेंगे ECI अप्रूवल के लिए। जैसे करा दादी से हमारे पास जो लोकल आर्टिस्ट है, जो चांगलांग जैसी जगह से जहाँ के वहाँ के यूथ हैं, उन्होंने अपना लोकल सॉन्ग बनाया और कुछ देशभक्ति गाने इस वोटर अवेयरनेस के लिए किए, वो हम लोग हर जगह पे सर्कुलेट कर रहे हैं। इसके अलावा स्वीप एक्टिविटीज़ में भी हमने हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर पर कई सारे प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किए। वोटर्स डे पर अगर आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत बढ़िया प्रोग्राम्स हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे, इवन सर्किल लेवल पर सभी लोगों के साथ किया गया।
सर, अब ये इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से कुछ गाइडलाइंस या डूज एंड डोंट्स हमारे मीडिया फ्रेटर्निटी के लिए कुछ गाइडलाइंस?
डूज एंड डोंट्स की लिस्ट सभी के लिए कॉमन है और उसमें सारे ही विषयों को देखा गया है। तो मैंने अभी, आप लोग भी यहाँ जाने से पहले वो एक लिस्ट कलेक्ट करके जाइए। तो प्रेस ब्रीफिंग के साथ साथ हमने वो डूज एंड डोंट्स की भी एक लिस्ट बनाई है जो इलेक्शन कमीशन ने हमें प्रोवाइड की है। और आप सभी मीडिया भाइयों और बहनों से भी यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि उस डूज एंड डोंट्स को आप अपने साथ लेकर जाइए।
अकॉर्डिंग टू MCC रूल्स, ये जितनी भी रैलीज है पब्लिक जो पॉलिटिकल पार्टी कर रही है उनको परमिशन नहीं करती है जो यहाँ पे, लेकिन उसमें नहीं लिया जा रहा, लगातार उसको वायलेट किया जा रहा है। और जो ऑनगोइंग स्कीम्स है जैसे सेंट्रल सेक्रेटरी में चल रही है उसको भी आप लोग को मॉनिटर करना है कि ओनली पुरानी जो स्कीम्स है उसी को, लेकिन नए इनोवेशन या नई स्कीम्स को जो सेक्रेटरी में चल रही है गवर्नमेंट इसको मिसयूज कर सकती है। आप इसको क्या करें?
जैसा कि मैंने कहा, जैसे ही मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट लागू होता है स्टेट में, हमने सभी कमिश्नर्स और सेक्रेटरीज और HODs को ये बोल दिया गया, अगर आप कहीं पर भी किसी भी वेबसाइट पे देखेंगे, ना किसी की फ़ोटो दिखेगी और ना किसी प्रकार का कोई ऐसा वो दिखेगा कि कोई प्रचार प्रसार हो रहा है। बात रही रैलीज की, तो सभी को बिना परमिशन के कोई रैली नहीं कर सकता। मैंने जैसे बताया, कल से एक्सपेंडिचर ऑब्जर्वर्स भी हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर में पहुंचेंगे। एक्सपेंडिचर ऑब्जर्वर का काम ही यही है कि किसी भी प्रकार का कोई भी एक्सपेंडिचर अगर होता है, यानी किसी ने रैली की, कितना पैसा खर्च किया, किस में कितना किया, हर सब का अकाउंट्स वो लोग मेंटेन करेंगे। एंड दे विल बी सीनियर इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसर्स और अकाउंट्स ऑफिसर्स फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। So they will be having monitoring. They will be stationed at district headquarters and visiting all those places wherever such kind of rallies and programs are being held, are conducted.
Sir, can you please provide us the copy of that handout? What you have given now?
This handout is not for, okay, we will prepare one and we will hand out. Because this is the presentation which I prepared for the Election Commission.
So for media coordination and groups have been formed then, WhatsApp group or gives information.
So we have, as I mentioned, that nodal officer of media is already here. So he is supposed to coordinate and communicate with all of you.
Sir, he said this is better one if we form a group, WhatsApp group or something like that, where the media coordinating officer can post anything.
Yes, he will be doing the same. As I mentioned, that it is his primary duty to coordinate with all of the media officers, and then again we will be getting a list once this essential service issue is sorted out, then definitely we will be circulating this list to the district election officers also, so that they can prepare for your voting thing also at facilitation center. And as I mentioned that from our side, CEO office, you can contact Sonal madam, who will be spokesperson from our side.
So regarding bank transactions and digital transactions going on, there's a money culture going on with a long time in Arunachal Pradesh. What steps you have taken as per PCI guidelines that every bank should give a statement?
I don't know if you have done your homework, but like day before yesterday, 59 lakh was seized at Zero. Then Pakistan also some lakhs were seized. So nobody can take election process for granted. Nobody should take it lightly. If somebody is taking it, then definitely we will take this strict action. As I mentioned, have you ever heard that ADC was suspended? Have you ever heard that senior officer from government civil secretariat was suspended? This time we are very particular about these complaints. All the candidates, whoever are contesting, they are also supposed to take NOC, and in district also expenditure monitoring is being done. If anybody is violating all those rules, regulations, definitely Election Commission of India will take strict action. And as I mentioned, that expenditure observers are there to do all those things. So there will be police observer, there will be general observer, and then expenditure observer. So 3 people from Government of India who are not from the state, who are coming from Election Commission of India after proper training and briefing, they will be here to ensure that elections are done in free and fair manner.
Additional security forces like paramilitary forces or red deployed here, additional forces, and they want more additional forces for conducting these smooth elections.
No, for example, when I compare with the 2019, then you see how many paramilitary forces are there and how many this time. So it is already increased, and we have already sent them at district headquarters. If you check, then area dominations are there. We have instructed them to go and visit all the polling stations which are not accessible. Which even you will see that these forces are already marching towards remote areas where these polls are to be happened. So critical stations, vulnerable polling stations are being covered, and if you see that all the district DCs, I can say DCs and DOs, along with SPs, along with the ADC and CEO, they are also visiting these all remote areas. And personally, I have visited all my, except Anini, I can say, Anini is also due in due course, but except Anini, I have visited all my district headquarters. And I have personally seen what will be the receiving center, dispatch center, then warehouses, then counting, then these trading centers. So I have personally seen. So my philosophy is that I should know my area, I should know my resources, I should know my person who are going to do the work for the state.
Can you outline some of the vulnerable police stations?
Sorry?
Can you mention some of the vulnerable police stations?
See, vulnerable definition of Election Commission is very different. So whatever like critical and vulnerable, again it depends on the CEO and police thing. Because if one candidate who has secured more than 75% for more than 90%, and if one candidate, one party got more than 75% vote, then it automatically becomes a critical station for us. But in Arunachal, you have seen that in past, if some incidents happen, if electoral offences are happened, then accordingly we have taken a decision also. And again, we will review all those polling stations once tickets are confirmed from political parties. And we are also conducting a meeting repeatedly with the political parties so that no communication gap is there. But most important point here is which like this time it will be very challenging task for us to conduct counting on 2 separate days. It will be the first time we will be facing this challenge, and I can assure you that we will do that also very smoothly.